Hi everyone, welcome to Water Takes with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither's this bloke. This is crazib from Groundcloud. He's platooned up with his old mate Neokai, and they're pretty excited. They've in a couple of premium techs. They're clearly grinding some credits and stuff like that, and they're in a top tier game. Sometimes it can be challenging when you're platooning in tier 8s to get a top tier game with the new matchmaker, but crazib's in the T44-100. T44-100 is a tier 8 premium Russian medium tank, 100mm gun, 250 average damage, 190 penetration with standard rounds, 247 with APCR, which is premium. Now crazib's been kind enough to send me a few good replays lately, and he clearly knows what he's doing. The T44-100, I think I had it as a rental tank a long time ago during some kind of giveaway, but crazib on mines, doing the spotting thing down the western side of the map, puts a shot into the Leo at tier 7. Looks like the Leo didn't spot him, so he's going to put another shot into him. Tracks him as well, which is handy, and I reckon by the time he gets behind that rock, crazib will get another shot into the tier 7 medium Swedish tank, and he's down to 347 hit points, the Leo, and he'll be probably regretting crossing that water. This is what you see. You often see this in Wargaming Gold League. You see with the tanks come down here and they spot whoever might cross, and they really punish them for it at some stage. And the same happens the other way around, depending on who's attacking and defending. Now crazib does get spotted there. Bounces a shot from the Scorpion G, who's clearly sniping from back here where he just pinged that map. Puts another shell into that Leo. That Leo turret is not going to bounce a shot like that, and crazib kicking back there behind this rock, so artillery can't shoot him. Has a quick look behind him towards the tanks in the middle. Neokai from Crowd in the Nameless, the cartoon tank, the new-ish Japanese exclusive to Asia. As crazib looks towards the Scorpion G. Not sure where he shot there, but he certainly didn't land it. That looks like a derp shell. Not sure who that was from. Probably the Oni. Oni feeling pretty lucky if he's going to try and snipe from that kind of distance. And crazib really wants to get rid of that Leo. It'd be very nice if one of the 3 friendly artilleries gets rid of it for him. But no, he can do it himself. No worries at all. Picks up his first kill. Takes his damage up to 1100 hit points. Just trying to get some vision on these tanks here. He's being wary of artillery, which is the right thing to do. It was clearly the Leo that was lighting up crazib in the T44-100. There's the Oni, and that should go through. No worries at all for 268 hit points. He does get spotted though, but he wants to get another shot in before he moves back, and he does for 259. There's the artillery shell, which we all knew was coming. And now looking towards that IS-2, gets him for 274. Clearly doing a good amount of damage here. Now the T44-100, similar to the T54 first prototype. Maybe that's the tank I'm thinking of. Doesn't have that. The T54 first prototype doesn't have that side armor, which you can see there. Those skirting things. I don't think they really count for much as far as armor, or a feature of the tank, if you like. Cops a shot from the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German artillery piece, but just waits for his crew to stop being stunned. He's down to 646 hit points, so he's on about half health. They're winning 3-zip, so it doesn't need to do anything silly to try and carry this one. He's on 1 kill, 1901 damage. He's blocked the shot, 490 hit points. That's from the Scorpion G, who still hasn't been spotted. The M12 has been spotted. Not sure who spotted that M12 then. I don't think it was crazib, but he's been taken down to 8 hit points. I'd be surprised if it was the FV4202, but I think that's probably the only other tank which could have spotted that M12. Maybe the T43, but I think that's drawing a bit of a long bow. Anyway, puts another shot into the side of the Oni, takes him down to 490, hoping for another one. Looks like he didn't get spotted there, so he shoots again, takes him down to 242. One more shot should do it. Does get spotted there, but he knows that Oni is going to take a long time to aim, and he kills him, even though he hasn't been spotted anymore. Picks up his second kill, so he's done over 2,500 damage now. Crazib from Crown Clay in the T44-100, the premium Russian medium tank. Unfortunately, Neokai goes down to that Scorpion G. Same guy who crazib bounced off his turret not too long ago. Neokai clearly not too happy with that happening. And of course, the Nameless well, what can I say about the nameless? 5-2 the score now as crazib goes looking for a shot on that the other T44-100. Doesn't damage him, but he does track him. Gets spotted again. Not sure who might be spotting him. Like, it's maybe the T44-100, maybe the IKV-90B, but I doubt it. There's plenty of cover between. You'd think that crazib would spot the Tier 7 TD before the Tier 7 TD spotted him. Gets a bit more of attention from artillery, but doesn't cop any damage. Just gets his crew stunned just for a little while. So he just waits until his crew gets fixed up. And clearly looking at the mini-map, lots of action happening in the northeast. Which is obviously he's in the southwest, so he's not really amongst it. Probably just the IKV-90B here. There's that T44-100. Shoots him, but bounces him, and that just goes to show armor on Russian mediums is probably out of all the medium tanks. Russian medium tanks have probably got the best armor, as he takes him down to 6 hit health. The FV4202 snipes it from the hill. You can see that crazib's team have comprehensively won the hill, but these enemy tanks that are here, probably the Oni will be able to spot some of those if he moves a little bit forward, and those TDs that are sniping from the base could probably clean them up. But anyway, crazib from Crown, he's looking for more damage. He's up to 2,859 already. That we've seen, of course, that blind shot that went into the Oni won't be counted in that total, so he's probably done over 3,000. And he wants to start moving forward. The Rheinmetall-Borsig Waffenträger has not been spotted this game. I'm tipping he might be around here. I'm not too sure. This is a pretty popular place for those German tank destroyers, be it Scorpion Gs or Rheinmetall-Borsigs or Grills, whatever you like, depending on the tier you're playing. 8-3 is the score. The IS-3 is something that he probably wants to start paying attention to soon, because he's on 1,000 hit points, so there's some more damage up for grabs. We need to get rid of this IKV-90B, who's moved over towards the east. Once he gets rid of that IKV, he might be able to clean up those last two artilleries, the GW Panther and the French Lorraine 15550. Get some spotting damage onto the IKV just for 17. That's probably a splash from artillery. Puts a shell into the IS-3. Good to get rid of it, or good to take some health out of a top tier enemy heavy tank. Bounces the second shot into the Russian tier 8 heavy, and 8-5's the score. They're winning comfortably, but it's not over yet. Looks like lots of tanks up in the northeast, and nobody really going for it. That Oni, what kind of health's that Oni on? He's not far off full health, that Oni. You'd think he'd try and get some vision there. The Ferdinand deciding he's going to do it all himself in the northeast, and crazib from Crown. Not Clown. Well, just keeps chipping away at this IS-3. Prashhart Dangat. Who knows? Anyway, he's a one-shot now, so he puts a blind shot towards where the IS-3 was last seen. The FV4202, you'd think he'd be able to get rid of him, but he's only got 500 health himself. I guess he doesn't want to risk those hit points. The Scorpion G had been spotted down here in the southeast. The Panther, looks like the Panther's having a bit of a dip at the Ferdinand, but that's out of our view range. We'll keep looking at what crazib's up to. He wants to get rid of that IS-3. The Rheinmetall-Borsig goes down to the Oni with that derp gun, and it looks like crazib's going to try and get a different angle on whatever might be camping the base. 11-5's the score, so it's 10 versus 4. The result, certainly a foregone conclusion, but crazib looking to maximise his score. He's up to probably over 4,000 hit points of damage now, and he'll be hoping for even more. Is he going to go on an arty run? Looks like he's not. Looks like what's he doing here? Looks like he's going for a little bit of a different angle of attack to what he's got. That Scorpion G, very wary of, and that's because he's a one-shot to the Scorpion G. That Scorpion G, I think 480 or 490 alpha damage. He doesn't want to get blasted to smithereens while that Scorpion G is hiding, probably behind the artillery. There he is, the Scorpion G. Gets taken out by the FV4202. crazib gets lit. Where is this little French artillery? He wants to make sure he's not aiming his way. He is. Did I say French? I meant German. GW Panther. One more shot should do it. Unfortunately, the Chi-Ri picked up the kill, so he puts a high explosive shell into the dead tank's body just to make sure that he really did die. As we have a quick look at the post-game result, It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for crazib from Crown Clan in the T44-100R, the Bruiser Medal, 5 for effect, and of course the High Caliber for doing a shitload of damage. 4,173 hit points of damage, 2 kills, 1323 base experience. You fired 28 shots, 24 hit, 18 did damage. There were some blind shots as well, so you can't blame him for missing a few. 1378 assisted damage, and that would have contributed to that Ace Tanker where he made nearly 84,000 credits after he paid for his bullets and stuff with a premium account in that pretty awesome battle on mines. As we move to the second game in this double shot of Tier 8 premium action, this is Elite Commando. He's from Crown Clan. He was in Crazy, now he's gone to Crown. He's in probably my favourite Tier 8, definitely my favourite Tier 8 light tank. The M4190 Grand Final tank. This came out a couple of years ago now, the first Tier 8 premium light tank. It's German, even though it's based on the American Bulldog, it's German, and if you have a look closely, it's got, I reckon that's 2 marks of excellence. Or is it 3? I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments below. I reckon it might even be 3 marks of excellence. On the gun barrel of the premium German light tank, the M4190 Grand Final. At Tier 8, this is the Tier 9 game, just 3 Tier 9s on each team. Elite Commando running solo in this game, and what's he going to do? He's not on a mission. He's going to be, I reckon he's going to do pretty well. There you go, puts a shot into the T49. He does get spotted, so he just kicks back for a little bit, looks for a shot on the T54, cops a shot of damage, but puts 254 hit points of damage into the Tier 9 Russian Medium tank before he hides behind a tree. Gets stunned, doesn't stuff around, fixes his crew so they're no longer stunned and pulls back. Looks like he was thinking about going for the lighthouse, but the AMX 1375 looks like he's going to do that. Or is Elite Commando going to do a little bit of boosting here? Now this is patch 920.1. As I'm recording this, it's patch day as I'm recording this, but by the time it comes out, of course, patch 920.1 will be out and about. Now there's going to be some changes to my channel. If you've been following my channel for some time, you may or may not know that at the start of the year I sort of set myself a goal to do a video every day for 2017, and look, it's November now. I reckon by the time this video goes up, it will be November. And Elite Commando, what are you doing, man? His turret's jammed. He's on his side. Pings for help. Hopefully somebody comes to. Maybe the baby bat chat's going to help Elite Commando. Being in the light tank, he'll just need a little tap to get back on his tracks. Yeah, as I was saying, so when 2018 coming, I doubt I'll be doing a video every day, but I'm going to try and do something to make the channel a little bit more interesting. Maybe do, I don't know. Any thoughts will be appreciated. Thank you very much, says Elite Commando to, what's his name? White555 in the baby bat chat, the bat chat 25 TAP. Elite Commando. Always good to see tanks on their sides or on their roofs, especially when it's not me. He's decided, gonna go back up here now. He wants damage. And he wants damage into the T54, which he kills. Does cop a shot from the STG. Got a little bit of assisted damage into the spick as well, and he thinks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go straight up to this lighthouse, this 1375. Looks like he's not going to be up there for much longer. Get some more spotting into the spick. And Elite Commando moving up here is only on 146 hit points though. He has picked up a kill and 637 damage. A little bit of assisted damage as well. There's the M41 Walker Bulldog, the tank that this one is based on, and of course with the Bulldog on 752 hit points, he doesn't want to be trading too long. Puts a shell into the American light tank, and it looks like the American light tank's clearly focusing on the AMX 1375, so Elite Commando takes the opportunity, picks up his second kill of his game and brings his damage done up to nearly 1,000, as well as 446 assisted damage. So yeah, 2018 we'll see some changes to the channel, probably do a few different things, still be doing water tanks and all that kind of stuff, but maybe do it in a little bit of a different way. As Elite Commando shoots and bounces the T29, decides to hang around for a second shot, hopefully it doesn't kill him. It doesn't, he takes another 236 damage out of the Tier 7 Heavy, and it looks like shoots him again, picks up some more assisted damage because he did track the T49, and a revenge shot on the STG. That's the premium, probably the newest tier 8 premium in the game, the STG, or certainly the newest Russian premium in the game, the STG, the Guard, or the Guardsman. Anyway, 2 kills, 1685 damage to Elite Commando. Oh, the back of the IS-6, thank you very much. I'll take that damage all day long. Clearly nobody's sniping up at A5 or 6, because if there was, I think Elite Commando would be GORN gone. 7-3 the score now as he keeps chipping away at this IS-6, who's finally decided to turn his gun towards Elite Commando in the M41-90 Grand Final tank. But he's quick enough to get out of the way. Looks like the AMX CDC, he recognises a good player when he sees it. Looks like he might be going after Elite Commando. Shoots towards him but misses. Doesn't quite have the angle on Elite Commando. Artillery does though, so he gets shot, fixes his crew, I should say. And now he's looking towards the T10. Pretty brave here. It's T10 clearly looking towards those tanks in the west. And Elite Commando just trying to chip away at the tier 9 heavy Russian tank. Luckily enough that nobody's shooting at him. Looks like the IS-3 hasn't forgotten and he's aiming towards Elite Commando on that ridge line. Elite Commando doing his best to keep that rock between him and that IS-6, the premium Russian heavy tank. 7-4 is the score now. He's up to over 3,000 damage now, certainly doing his job in the M41-90 Grand Final tank. But he's very careful not to flip his tank that time. Coming down that hill, looks like he's going to scoot around this lighthouse hill. Let's try and help the defender of the Pershing, or maybe not. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's going to take these heavies on frontally, the IS-6 and the T10. 7-5's the score. The defender of the Pershing have pushed around the lighthouse hill. Unfortunately, White 555 got taken out not too long ago. That's the guy that helped Elite Commando, and hats off to him for doing it, because so often you see people just ignore requests for help when their tanks are on their sides or flipped and such. 8-5's the score, over 3,000 damage. A little bit of assisted. Looks like he's going back up to the lighthouse hill. That AMX CDC on 681 hit points. Cops a pretty big shot. Gets taken down to 430 something, and Elite Commando puts a shot into it before the TVP VTU picks up the kill. That's the tier 8 Czech medium tank. T10 is down to 100 hit points, and Elite Commando is seeing his opportunity. He's clearly looking elsewhere, but that TVP picked up the kill in the end. Artillery goes off. The defender goes down to the M12 elsewhere on the map, and now it looks like all the remaining tanks back towards the cap circle. 10-6 is the score, 3,468 damage done. You'll be looking at that Tiger P thinking this is going to be easy damage all day long. Hoping to be able to put some shots into the Tiger P without being lit. Tiger P is also stunned, so that'll affect his view range and his ability to spot Elite Commando, as Elite Commando puts another shot into the Tier 7 German heavy tank. Will he get the kill? That's what he's hoping for. He does. That's his third kill of the game, and that's 11-6 on the scoreboard. Artillery gets spotted, but he's focusing on this T-34, the American Tier 8 heavy tank. Needs to keep moving though. He doesn't want that big Tier 10 gun, it is a Tier 10 gun, on the Tier 8 premium to hurt him. Now it looks like that Conqueror just went blue when he crashed into Elite Commando. Probably a little unfair, because Elite Commando sort of ran into him. He didn't run into Elite Commando. Certainly wasn't done on purpose. Another shot into the T-34. Looks like he might have lit him on fire and picked up the kill. That's his fourth kill. Just artillery left in this game, the M12. He'll be as nervous as anything. Let's hope he doesn't jump off a cliff or anything silly like that. We know artillery players don't mean to do that. It's always lag or a connection issue. There he is. He's not going to blow himself up by the looks of it. Puts a HEP shell into the M12, and in the end, 15-6. Thank you very much. Over 5,000 damage there for Elite Commando. What an absolute legend. Clearly learned a lot from watching this channel. Ace take a mastery badge from the old mate Elite Commando from Crown Clan. Also the Bruiser medal. Arsonist for destroying a vehicle by setting it on fire. I reckon that was a T-34. Fighter, fire for effect. Confederate for shooting more tanks than anybody else. And the high caliber. 5,267 damage. That is a ripper. 4 kills, 1627 base experience, 28 shots fired, 25 hit, 22 did damage, 1,058 assisted damage, and have a look at the credits. Oh my god, 181,050 credits after tax. That's with a premium account. And it did have a personal reserves running, which gave him 68,500 for that little 8.5 minute battle. Thank you very much for the replays, Elite Commando. There's more Elite Commando stuff coming over the next few days, I suppose. Not just tier 8s, tier 10s as well, maybe some ranked. Let's see what happens. As I said earlier, 2018, we'll see some changes to the channel. Hopefully they're changes for the better. I'm open for any kind of suggestions, but what I'm thinking is instead of doing a video every day like I have for 2017, I'll probably be more like maybe 3 or 4 a week, but I'll try and make those videos longer, so there's going to be still plenty of content, maybe some Stu's news and views. I reckon I came out with that idea the other day. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. A few things about when Wargaming makes some announcements. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to understand. I've been flooded with questions about the Australian server and about patch 9.20.1, new changes to personal missions, high definition maps, how to log on to the Australian server, what you need to do, all those kinds of things. And hopefully I'll be able to do some videos helping people who don't quite understand what they need to do if they're doing, whether they're doing missions or looking at the Australian server or any other change that might come over the next period of time, next year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows how long this is going to go for. But anyway, as always, thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.